Hello, my name is Thong Diama, interning at Engineering Technologies. While being supervised by Nanobi Data and Analytics as a DSUP, I am incredibly grateful to His Majesty for giving us the chance to take part in the DSUP skilling program, which allow me to advance my knowledge in data science course and earn an internship at Engineering Technologies. In this video, I'm going to talk about data cleaning parts in Python and using EDA library Autoviz for the visualization. Why we do data cleaning? We do data cleaning in order to ensure accuracy reliability by identifying and rectifying errors, improving data quality and enhancing analysis result. First of all, we need to create a data frame. So let's import pandas as PD, and I have kept my data frame as data and read Titanic CSV. Data.head give the first 5 rows of my data frame. We need to analyze the dataset, so let's check the shapes, columns, and informations of our dataset. Data.shapes gives the rows and columns, 891 rows and 12 columns. Data.columns, it gives the 12 column name. Data.information provide the data types which I have in my dataset. There are 2 float, 5 integer and 5 object. So let's try to handle the missing value. This is a code to find whether there is missing value in my code or not. As you can see, there is 3 missing value column, and they are age, cabin and embarked. 2 are in object and age is in float. So let's find the percentage of the missing value. This is the code to find the percentage of the missing value. If the missing value is lesser than 20%, it is flexible to handle them by imputing mean, median and mode for the missing value column. And as you can see, uh, there are 2 columns which are lesser than 20% and 1 column which is greater than 20%. So if the column is greater than 20%, we need to drop. So let's drop the cabin column because it have 77.104377, which is greater than 20%. So let's drop the column. Data dot drop cabin x is equal to 1 in place equals to true. It dropped from my entire data set. Let's see whether my cabin cabin column is been dropped or not. As you can see, cabin column is been dropped as we can't find in the information. So let's move to the handling missing value. So for column in data dot columns, if data column dot dtypes equals to object, data columns fill now method equals to be fill in place is equals to true. It says that if my column is in object, I should have to fill using method using backfill. All the missing value that are in objects will be backfilled in my dataset, and if it is in float or integer, it will handle using inputting the mean in the missing value column. So let's see whether my missing value have been handled or not. This is the code to find out whether my missing value is handled or not. As you can see, it has been correctly handled. Let's see dealing with the duplicate values. Data.duplicate.sum, it gives whether I have duplicate values in my columns or not, duplicate values in my dataset or not. As you can see, there is no duplicate value. It gives 0 over here. So let's move to the handling outliers. I have import Seaborn as an SNS. So I have box plot to see whether there is outlier in my data's numerical data. So as you can see that in a numerical variable in there is outlier. So let's handle it using this formula, this code. This code tries to say that for x in data.columns, if data x dot dtypes equals to true, this code it iterates over each column in a data frame called data, and if the column is not object type, it processes to perform outlier detection using IQR. And it calculates Q1 and Q3 of the data in column.x, and it also calculates the IQR and lower bound and upper bound using IQR. So let's see whether the outlier had been handled or not. As you can see, my outlier has been handled. So let's move to the next part. So I have saved my CSV as data.to CSV. It will save my CSV file as I have handled my missing value. So it will automatically get saved. So let's move to the EDA part, exploratory data analysis. So why we do data EDA? We do EDA mainly because to analyze and summarize data to gain insight and understand its underlying pattern, relationships, and distribution using Python. EDA library Autoviz. I have used Autoviz to visualize my dataset. So first of all, we need to pip install our Autoviz, and after that, I have import warnings in order to ignore all the warnings. So from Autoviz to Autoviz class, import Autoviz class. And I have shortened this Autoviz underscore class to EV and import matplotlib pyplot as PLT. And my dataset CSV has been named as a file, and this code is to visualize my dataset. So let's see our visualization. As you can see, the statistical part of my dataset, it gives the missing value, unique value, maximum and minimum, and GQ issue. As I have already handled my missing value as it's shown 0 over here, and if there is unique value, it will shows over here, and as you can see, there is missing value, unique value in passenger ID, and maximum and minimum value will be shown, and GQ issue means error on a dataset. If there is any error, it will give in a DQ issue. In passenger ID, there is a possible ID column drop before model steps, and in survive and plead class, there is no issue. It will give information like that. And it also visualizes the scatter plot of all the continuous variable age in fear, and it also gave the fear disk plot, fear box plot, and probability plot, and each disk plot, each box plot, and plot probability plot. And it also gives the histogram and normalization distributions of all the variables. As you can see, survived, column, embarked, and P class. And it also shows the violent plot of all the continuous variable and heat maps of all the numerical including target. And it also gives us the bar plot for each continuous by each categorical variable. And lastly, I have a word cloud for a name. Larger the text, the frequency is higher. and word cloud for ticket. As I have already said, larger the text, it says the frequency is higher. Thank you for watching this video.